In this video, we're going to go over the basic components found in Modo. All 3D objects are built from a series of basic building blocks: vertices, edges, polygons, and items. We can toggle the selection of all of these components by clicking on these guys up here, which will allow us to only select these components. I've selected the vertices selection set, which will allow me to only select a vertice. I have a vert right here in the center of our scene. It's this little guy right here. And what a vertex is a single point in space. Now, each one of these points in space comes with its own x, y, and z coordinate. So by itself, a vertex really doesn't do a whole lot. It just establishes a single place in our three-dimensional scene. But once we start combining objects together, we can start to form more complex objects. The next major component is called an edge. And the edge is the product of connecting two vertices. You can see here I have just a kind of a little square. And if I take this vertex right there and this vertex over here and combine them, the product is going to be an edge. And we can select edges only in our edge selection mode. Now, when we start combining more than two edges together, and when we start combining more than two vertices together, we're going to get what's called a polygon. And here is our little polygon, our little square. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Combine 4 vertices together, and we get a polygon. Now, if you had 3 vertices, that's also known as a triangle. Okay, so we've talked about vertices. We can select verts there. We've talked about edges, and you can select an edge like this, just using the left mouse button here. And we've also talked about polygons, and we can select polygons. The next one is an item. Now, an item is a combination of polygons and vertices and edges, and they're usually. Let me go to the perspective viewport so we can see our little coffee maker here. So we have a number of different components that all, when added together, form an entire item. And in our item list, we can see that we have an item called a coffee maker. So an item is a collection of different polygons, different mesh items. There's one series of polygons. Here's another series of polygons. So the combination of all of these polygons is called an item. Now, there's also a number of other items that we can use and manipulate in our three-dimensional scene. A camera is denoted as an item. Lights are classified as items. And there are a series of other items that we can view in our new item list as well. So those are the 4 basic components of every scene: vertices, edges, polygons, and item. Every three-dimensional object in every three-dimensional scene is going to have these guys up here at the top. And we can toggle the selection just by choosing any of these buttons up here. So those are the basic building blocks of our scenes.